Hi and welcome to Great Getaways. Well, we've got a good show for you today. It's very family friendly. We're going to be showing you all the different things you can do here in Saginaw County, and believe me, there's more than you can imagine. So stay with us. We got a good show coming up.
The Saginaw Valley, specifically Saginaw County, is 814 square miles of rich agricultural land, woodlands, and waterways. Thanks to this area's convenient location off of Interstate 75 and its 5 primary tourist areas, Birch Run, Chesaning, Frankenmuth, Saginaw City, and Saginaw Township, Saginaw County ranks as the 3rd most visited county in the state of Michigan. Today we're going to explore the outdoor opportunities that each of these areas has to offer. I don't want to miss a thing, and that's why I enlisted the help of Lori Amo, the Tourism Director for Saginaw County. We're going to go berry picking, pumpkin gathering, hiking, biking, and so much more.
Well, Lori, we're talking about a lot of different things here, but we are talking about today an outdoor, family-orientated show. And if the kids are up here and you're shopping, what are they going to do?
Oh, you can just take them anywhere. We even have berry picking farms in Saginaw County. One of the places that people like to go to is Russell's Blueberry Farm, located out in Freeland. They have a picnic area there. You can go bring your own buckets if you want to. They do weigh them, so when you go out berry picking and sampling to your heart's content with the different varieties of blueberries, they weigh them after. But take a picnic lunch and enjoy yourself. It's large, they have different varieties, it's excellent, and they have an old barn for those that like to look for books. You can find the oldest books there, a lot of different stuff. They have kids' books, they have research books. It's just very unique that you don't really find at very many blueberry farms. And Russell's is only one of several that we have in the county.
Carl Russell, the owner of Russell's Blueberry Farm, has learned how to please his customers and tells Lori why he thinks his 84-acre blueberry farm is one of the best in the state. Carl has over 11 different kinds of blueberries, but that's not the only thing that makes him different.
Well, number one, I have a passion for books, and so a lot of grandparents bring people, and people come far and wide because I have over 500,000 books in the barn, and I have a 10-acre lake, and people enjoy the lake and enjoy the variety of it.
People come here, they want to pick blueberries. Can they buy them already picked?
Already picked, pick them themselves, and right now we have frozen berries, which are good size. They're frozen like marbles, and they're good sized berries. These are picked early in the spring, and we sell them as fast as we can. Between 7,500 and 10,000 people, I think, showed up this summer here.
That's excellent, and it's a great activity for families of all ages.
Exactly.
If somebody comes to pick, are they welcome to eat while they pick?
If I didn't, I would be very naive to do that, because a lot of people say they didn't eat any, but their teeth are blue. And I had one woman tell me that she never goes to the dentist until berry season's over because staining her teeth.
I'm sure this young mother doesn't have that kind of problem with her little ones.
They're twins, and so I would take the double stroller out here and I'd park them under a bush and I'd show them pick the blue ones, and they would be happy as clams while I was picking my own.
As Mom and the kids pick berries, this gentleman and his wife were proof that berry picking is for all ages.
Found out one thing, most people picking berries are adults, so all these up here are picked, get down on your hands and knees like a kid, and it was unbelievable.
Is that right?
Yeah. You get your knees a little messed up.
If you want to do some berry picking, Russell's is open from June until Labor Day.
If you're going to come up in the fall time, we have different things for families to do as well. Nearby to Russell's, we have Baines Apple Valley Farm. They have tours for groups that you can go to. The food is very good. They even have an apple cider slushy, which they're delicious. And I know the kids like 7-Eleven Slurpees. You can get brain freeze from the apple cider slushies.
Lori talked with Patty Bain-Tomzak, the owner of Baines Apple Valley Farm, to give us more information on all the great opportunities offered here.
I'm so glad that we're able to come out here to your apple farm.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. The weather is beautiful today. We were just inside the apple cider mill and saw the apple cider being pressed. But I would like you to tell us and our viewers what people can do when they come up here to Baines Apple Valley Farm.
Oh, okay, great. We're open from August until January. And what they can do is we have a cafe inside. We have chili and a bread bowl. I don't know if you've been back there yet. And we have roasted chicken salad wraps. And so we have a whole cafe, and there's a back deck that can go watch the birds and the squirrels in the back. We do have the cider mill, and we also have our apple tree house right here, and the straw house, and then the purple dragon. Did you see the purple dragon yet?
I sure did.
Yep, the purple dragon is every weekend starting mid-September all the way through Halloween. And they can come out and enjoy themselves and get cider and donuts and caramel apples. And we do have llamas typically twice a year also.
I have to say, I did sample the apple cider, and it was the best I've ever tried.
Thank you.
Oh, it was delicious, hands down. And I know when I've driven by, this place is just full of families and kids having fun. I've seen kids climbing trees and people just walking away with all of the pumpkins and all of the corn stalks and everything. So this is really a good destination to plan for all their fall Halloween things.
Yes, I think so. And thank you for the compliment. Our cider is 100% natural, and that's why you probably like it. It's just the juice from apples, so it's 3 to 5 different kinds of apples, and then the juice is just mixed up, and that's all you get. It's pure juice from the apples.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
Baines is a really great apple orchard, perfect for the family. It comes complete with a cider mill where you can view the complete process from the squishing to the final product. The cider mill is open from September through October. The orchard also has a large bakery specializing in fresh carameled apples, walnut pies, fresh glazed apple cookies, and oh so much more.
You know, you were talking about the farms, and I know in the fall the kids love pumpkin patches.
Oh, we have Johnson's Giant Pumpkin Farm, and it is so unique. They do have the corn maze, which is very popular, but they have events. They even have a catapult. They will take you out into the field, they load a giant pumpkin on it, and you just watch it, and it just sails. It's like once it's shot off, everybody just takes off to see how many pieces it blasts into. And they have old tractors there. They even make their donuts there too, and they're really good. And they have a gift shop there, and you can buy food. It's just a lot of fun. And they even have Indians there doing beadwork and everything. So it is a good family experience to learn all about this stuff and spend a lot of time there.
That's it exactly, the family experience. You know, you were talking about all these things you do, and I know the kids, I know my kids, my grandkids just love going out and doing that kind of thing.
Gerald Johnson, the owner of Johnson's Giant Pumpkin Farm, was on hand to give us some background on this unique farm and why we would see pumpkins flying through the air.
The main thing we focus on here is the family fun.
Okay.
We're not into the scary Halloween stuff. It's all geared towards the family, and whether you're a grandparent, parent, or a kid, everybody seems to like it out here.
Okay, the first place we saw pony rides for kids.
That's right. On the weekends we have different activities, and we have horse rides for kids. Okay. We have a lot of decorations to look at. We have people who make ropes, and the kids can make their own ropes. Face painters for kids. Sometimes we have blacksmiths out here and chainsaw carvers.
Okay, and I see you do have your corn maze again this year. Do you have a theme to it?
Every year we do a little different theme in the corn maze, and this year it was support our troops.
That's excellent.
We had a lot of good compliments on that one.
Okay, and with all the pumpkins that you have out here, people can buy pre-picked, or can they go in the field to pick their own?
On the giant pumpkins, they can go pick their own, and then on the regular sized jack-o'-lanterns, we pick them, and then we have thousands of them they can choose from on the ground.
And what kind of products do you have in your store?
In the store we have crafts, jams, jellies, beans. Of course, we make the homemade donuts here,
okay.
And a lot of people come out just for the donuts. We open up in mid-September, and we're open from then till Halloween Day, from 9 till 7 every day.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for coming out.
You're welcome.
You can find a link at greatgetaways.tv to a complete list of dates and times for all the activities at the Giant Pumpkin Farm, including horse rides, the corn maze, and when the Giant Pumpkin Catapult will be shooting those pumpkins into the air. What a great fall experience this has been.
You've got a lot of little towns here in Saginaw County. What are some of the other ones that you have, and what goes on in them?
Well, the town that is in the southernmost part of Saginaw County is Chesaning. And everybody knows Chesaning because of their Showboat Festival in July.
Ah, yes.
But the other one that people don't know about so much is their Santa's Village and Polar Express. This train is the actual one that the movie The Polar Express is based on. You have to call ahead and really get your reservations early. The train leaves out of Owasso, which is in Shiawassee County, just neighboring to us. The children even will dress in their pajamas to get the whole Polar Express experience. And they come up into Saginaw, they get off of the train, and then they come into Santa's Village, and we've had people as far as Chicago come up for this.
The North Pole Express is an immersive experience for the entire family. Passengers enter the story of the magical North Pole Express at the Steam Railroading Institute Visitors Center in Owasso. Once aboard the train, the story continues to Santa's Village in Chesney, North Pole, USA, with hot chocolate served by the porters. Engineer Charles Lampert had been a railroader all his life and still lived to be inside the famous 1225.
Yeah, it was built in 1941. Makes roughly about 3,000 horsepower in today's terms. They didn't really use horsepower as a rating, but we carry 22 tons of coal in a tender, 22,000 gallons of water. We go through about 3 pounds of water for every pound of coal. So the tender gives us about a 150-mile range. Well, it has 5 different kinds of oil. There's steam chest oil, engine oil, journal oil for the wheels. It's pretty labor intensive. This particular engine probably ran 1 million or so miles in 4 years during the war years. It was built to haul high-speed freights between Chicago and Detroit at a mile-long train at a time at roughly 50 miles an hour. It takes 2 guys to run it. You got to have an engineer and a fireman. It's pretty voracious when it's running right along down the track. I mean, the temperatures in the firebox get near 2,000 degrees.
As we moved down the train, we saw the familiar face of the conductor checking the train cars. Before he had a chance to yell, "All aboard!" we were able to find out more about this magical Christmas ride.
The North Pole Express started out as the Polar Express in 2004 and kind of grew out of the association of the engine during the filming of the Polar Express movie. All of the digital sounds that you hear, the image, etc. of the engine, the Steam Railroading Institute was the consultant for that movie, for all of the sounds and everything else that you see on the steam engine itself. Steamer, who's the engineer, is actually one of our volunteers, Kevin Mayer, and so there's the connection between that and the movie. The train trip here is done in conjunction, of course, with the Saginaw County Fair, which we're very appreciative of. And we do approximately 17 trips a year, running between basically Thanksgiving weekend and usually the third weekend in December. So, the trip basically consists of the people will come into our visitor center. They actually pick up their physical tickets at the visitor center. If they book their tickets online, they'll get a reservation email confirmation. They actually pick up their tickets, which are designed as souvenirs, and the day of their trip, and they'll be let outside, and the engine will actually come in, not unlike the way it did in the movie, so that they have the full experience of the steam locomotive pulling up. Actually, a lot of our visitors say that's part of the neatest part of their experience. The other factor is they'll get on board our cars. All of our cars are historic passenger cars. The one that we're on now is a typical car, is an ex-Canadian National Via Coach built in the late 1940s and was used for many, many years, and is now representative of the majority of our train cars on the train. And they will be served by our car hosts, who are all volunteers. These are people who take time out of their busy holiday season to come help us. And they'll serve hot cocoa, usually less the dancing, and the passengers have the ability to get up, go to our gift shop car, go to our buffet lounge, which has snacks, pop, that type of thing. So the caboose experience is a very different one. It's actually a separate sale item. We do that as a $1,000 item, and it can seat up to 12 people depending on the caboose. Our Pure Marquette caboose, which is a little bit older, it was built in 1934, can seat up to 10. Our Ann Arbor caboose, which is the one we'll take you to, can seat up to 12. So.
The Saginaw County Fairgrounds holds their winter fair called Santa's Village at North Pole, USA. North Pole Express passengers are brought to the fairgrounds and unloaded at the fairgrounds boarding platform. Santa's Village is housed in a large commercial building on the fairground site. The building is heated for a very comfortable temperature when wearing a coat or a sweater. A variety of attractions will be available at the village, such as a puppet show, Santa Claus, and holiday rides, including a carousel and miniature trains. Visitors can have their picture taken next to the authentic North Pole USA or with Santa.
On Saturday nights from mid-April through mid-September, we have Dixie Motor Speedway. They have auto races, bus races, and it is fantastic. It's a lot of fun, and the kids love it too. It opens up at 3 p.m. with the pits. 4 p.m. the grandstand's open. Come on in. First race at 7 p.m.
Right.
They have figure eights. They'll have double deckers. They have modifieds. They have sportsmen's. They have Dixie Cup specials.
Okay, so
it's
there's
great.
A lot of racing going on.
A lot of racing.
Dixie Motor Speedway has been a showcase of auto racing talent in mid-Michigan from its beginning over 60 years ago. Many a driver, now household names, have graced the asphalt and dirt at the Dixie during their formative years. Names like Benny Parson, Cy Fairchild, Gordon Johncock, Mel Kenyon, and Parnelli Jones, to name a few. These drivers were and are the best of the best. As a matter of fact, they phrase, when watching racing at the Dixie, you are watching tomorrow's champions compete today. And not only is it fun, it's loud.
Birch Run is only 7 miles from Frankenmuth. A lot of people don't realize how close they are. Frankenmuth has one of the largest auto shows in the state of Michigan, outside of the Woodward Dream Cruise. In September, for 3 days, they have the Frankenmuth Auto Fest. It starts on a Friday night. Main Street closes down. Now, it's a state highway. It gets closed down for this auto party. You have 2,000 cars lining Main Street in Frankenmuth. You have music and bands and food, and it's just a wild party. Saturday and Sunday, the vehicles will move into Heritage Park, and all of the cars are 25 years and older.
Okay, wow.
So it's great. Now that's just one. Old Town Saginaw has a car show, the Old Town Motor Fest in July. St. Charles will have a car show with their festival in May or June. You have Apple Mountain that has their Summer Music Fest once a month in the summertime. You get the car shows there too as well. And you even have a group of people that gather every Friday night in Saginaw Township, and they just bring their cars out and just show them off.
What about some of the great outdoor activities that you have? You really have some nice stuff up here.
We do. We have a 10-mile rail trail. Starts in St. Charles and it goes up into Saginaw. It is for all kinds of fun. Biking, hiking, running, walking, anything except motorized vehicles. No snowmobiles. And there is even an adjacent horse trail right alongside. So if somebody has a horse, they can go right alongside the rail trail. There are picnic tables there where you can have your lunch, bring it along. We have benches so you can rest. You can go to the freezer for ice cream or even Rustic Inn or Tony's. It's like you just need to know where to get off. But it goes up into Saginaw and you can really get a good workout. The County Parks Department runs it, and they even have special events.
You would think a county as big and diverse as Saginaw would not be a good place for nature and wildlife. Well, you'd be wrong. Located in the southwest region of the county is the Shiawassee National Wildlife Refuge.
It is one of Saginaw County's biggest secrets. It's the largest refuge in the Lower Peninsula. It is great for all of the outdoor enthusiasts. We have birders that come up and see all kinds of birds. They have hiking trails there. Once a year they will have auto shows where you can get in your car and go all the way through the refuge on a marked path.
Wow.
Because normally it's not open to automobiles. Right. Eventually they are building a path so cars can come in, because not everybody can bike or hike the distance that you want to. So that will be special, and they have special events too for hiking in the moonlight. They even are open to hunting through a lottery, so you would have to check their website, but they have all kinds of wildlife out there.
Okay, so if you really want to get away from it all and you don't have to go far to do it, that's a good spot to go.
You can even go by boat. Johnny Panther Quest Adventure Trips, take him, he will take you through the refuge by water. He has 2 different size boats. One will hold up to about 5 people, and the other one will hold 10 or 11 people. It's a 3 to 5 hour cruise, You will see all kinds of wildlife, and it is so relaxing you can't believe it. I suggest taking a picnic basket along.
Maybe a camera and binoculars?
Camera, binoculars. If you really want to see a lot of wildlife, go early morning or late in the afternoon, early evening.
The refuge spans over 9,500 acres of bottomland hardwood forest, rivers, marshes, managed pools, fields, and croplands. It lies just south of the city of Saginaw. Located in the Mississippi Flyway, the refuge hosts over 270 species of birds each year. Thousands of ducks, geese, and other waterfowl stop here to refuel during the spring and fall migrations. The American Birding Association designated the refuge as a U.S. important bird area because of the southern James Bay Canada geese that use it. Thousands of people visit here each year and enjoy its diverse wildlife and habitats. It was time to go from the big park to the little park. Lori explains.
People assume because we are Saginaw, they think of the Saginaw Bay. But we have Haithco Park. It's one of our county parks. They also run the rail trail that I referred to, but we do have a beach. It is very popular with families to go out. You know, it gets hot, you have to take the kids someplace to swim. You can rent paddle boats and kayaks. It's a great place for fishing year-round because we do get ice fishermen in the winter. But it is open for groups to come in. They even have special events there. They have concerts. They have all kinds of things that happen. The Parks Department does a phenomenal job up here.
Again, another surprise. Saginaw County is home to many of the premier walleye fishing rivers in the state.
And I know even right here down in Saginaw, in the Shiawassee, that they actually come down here and will fish for trout at certain times of the year. And
walleye is
walleye
huge.
Too? Oh,
yes.
Man.
We do have the Shiver on the River walleye contest that runs the end of January, beginning of February, and it is open for fishermen to come up and fish on the Saginaw River and its tributaries. The 10 largest fish do win cash prizes. So you get guys coming from all over the place.
As we sit in the Bavarian town of Frankenmuth, we find out more about what it has to offer.
Stay overnight at Zender's or even Bavarian Inn Lodge that has 5 indoor pools, or one of the other fine establishments we have for hotels, and have some family fun in Frankenmuth.
Okay, now Frankenmuth, of course, is known for its fine foods, and you have not just the chicken dinners, but all kinds of restaurants here.
We do. We have Tiffany's, which is an old bar, very old-fashioned, but they have some very unique pizzas in there. Chicken Alfredo pizza, delicious. It sounds kind of weird, but it is good, and they have great onion rings, and their food is delicious. Off the beaten track, across the street from the Military and Space Museum, is the Black Forest Brew House and Braukeller. It is a brew pub. The Sullivan family owns it. Excellent food.
Okay, so we've got those restaurants. Of course, we've got Zender's and Bavarian Inn that are here, and and right in the center of all this is just some great shopping that goes on.
I love to shop. It's near and dear to my heart, and it's the women of the world that keep the economy going with our shopping. And you can shop a lot, even here at St. Julian's. You can get discounts on your wine. We have other different shops in Frankenmuth. We have a kite shop, a toy shop. You have Per Se. You even can buy Brighton purses. There's shopping for everyone. Bavarian Inn Restaurants has different shops downstairs that you can go to. They have a wine shop there as well. And Zender's has shops down below too. In Marketplace, you can buy all kinds of yummy baked goods to get home.
It's a lot of things in Saginaw County, something for everybody, no matter what you like, and it's great for the kids.
And it is year-round. I invite everybody to come up.
We can find all the different things that we've been talking about today, and there's been a bunch of them. You can go to our website at greatgetaways.tv. We'll have links and video and just everything you're going to need to plan your trip and come up here and have a great time. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you get a chance to visit here. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.